Ed Yoda, the end of your job search and the beginning of your dream career. EdYoda's live sessions are taught by industry experts, giving you hands-on experience and practical knowledge with real projects, not just degrees. EdYoda's industry-recognized certifications will help you stand out in the job market. And that's not all. With EdYoda's exclusive job board featuring 500+ companies, finding your dream job has never been easier. Say goodbye to endless job searching and hello to your dream career with Ed Yoda. Join Ed Yoda's student community today and start building your dream career.
घर वालों का भी था कि यार बैंक में जॉब करना है, गवर्नमेंट जॉब करना है, तो उसकी प्रिपरेशन के लिए भाई दिल्ली चला गया। बट वहाँ पे ऐसा है कि मैं रह नहीं पाया, मुझे वहाँ डेंगू हो गया, बहुत ज़्यादा सीरियस कंडीशन हो गई थी मेरी। तो फिर मैं वापस आ गया वहाँ से। बट फिर मेरी शादी हुई उसके बाद। फिर मुझे थोड़ी प्रॉब्लम होने लगी, क्योंकि मेरी वाइफ को भी आगे पढ़ाई करनी थी, उसे भी आगे बढ़ना था, और मैं जिस जगह पे था वहाँ से कोई ग्रोथ या कहीं कुछ नहीं था। एक छोटा सा गाँव था, वहाँ कोई कुछ नहीं। कि जब मेरी शादी हुई तो उसके बाद फिर मुझे रियलाइज हुआ कि यार यहाँ तो मैं नहीं रह सकता, मुझे बाहर निकलना ही है, ताकि मेरी वाइफ भी अपना करियर आगे बना सके। क्योंकि वो देखती थी मैं कितना वहाँ परेशान हो जाता था, और एक तो इतनी छोटी सी जगह में कि मतलब कहाँ, घर से भी हम बाहर नहीं निकलते थे छुट्टी के दिन। तो उसी ने मेन मुझे सजेस्ट किया था कि नहीं, आपको अपना करियर स्विच करना चाहिए। कि ऐसे एक एडयोडा डिजिटल यूनिवर्सिटी है, तो वहाँ से ऐसे स्किल बेस्ड कोर्स होता है, और वो उसके बाद प्लेसमेंट सपोर्ट भी कराते हैं, बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं। तो पहले तो मुझे यार बिलीव नहीं हुआ कि ऐसे तो बहुत सारे लोग पैसे लेते हैं, ये करते हैं, तो क्या ही उसमें क्या गारंटी है। तो उसने बताया कि नहीं नहीं, मैंने बहुत रिसर्च की है, काफ़ी लिंक्डइन पे भी बहुत उनके एलुमनाई से बात की है, और एक तो उसके फ्रेंड्स होंगे जान पहचान के, तो उन्होंने भी बताया कि अच्छा है प्लेटफॉर्म। तो मैंने बोला ठीक है, चलो करते हैं। मैंने एडयोडा ज्वाइन किया, बट शुरू में मुझे ये होता था, क्योंकि बैंक में मैं जॉब कर रहा था, कभी कभी 13-14 आवर्स की शिफ्ट्स भी हो जाती थी, और वो बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाता था कि उसके बाद आप चाह के भी मैं पढ़ नहीं पाता था, ऊपर से मेंटल प्रेशर भी बहुत ज़्यादा। तो इसलिए फिर 15-20 डेज बाद ही मैंने डिसाइड किया था कि ऐसे नहीं होगा, किसी एक चीज़ पे ही मुझे फोकस करना होगा। तो फिर ये डिसीजन लिया कि मुझे जॉब छोड़नी है। मतलब एक रिस्क था बहुत बड़ा, जो मैंने कह सकते हैं कि एडयोडा के उस पे लिया था कि अब ये मेरी जॉब तो लगवा ही देंगे। तो मैंने अपनी लगी, मतलब प्रॉपर ऑन रोल एम्प्लॉय था मैं, रिलेशनशिप मैनेजर था वहाँ पे, और ये एक रिस्क था बहुत बड़ा। तो मेरी वाइफ ने पूरा सपोर्ट किया उसमें। तो उसने बोला कि नहीं, आप कर दो, हम थोड़ी बहुत जितनी भी मेरी सेविंग्स थी, मैंने उसके भरोसे में चलो ठीक है, करते हैं। मैंने अपनी जॉब छोड़ के पूरा फोकस पढ़ाई पे किया, और इट पेड ऑफ। तो मैंने जैसे जैसे कॉल किया, तो मेरी हार्ट बीट इतनी पंप हो रही थी, तो उन्होंने कॉल उठाया, फिर उन्होंने बताया कि आपका सिलेक्शन हो गया है, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन। तो मुझे तो यकीन ही नहीं हुआ। मैं वही रोड पे, हम लोग घर भी नहीं पहुंचे थे, रास्ते में थे। फिर मैं वापस मंदिर गया, फटाक से जाके थैंक यू बोला, और फिर घर में फटाफट फटाफट सबको, इतने सारे लोगों को फोन कर दिया मैंने, जिन सालों से बात नहीं की थी, दोस्तों को, सबको फोन किया। इतनी खुशी हुई, मतलब पूरी लाइफ ही चेंज हो गई। थोड़ी मेहनत आपकी होगी, थोड़ी मेहनत एडयोडा की होगी। प्लेटफॉर्म एडयोडा प्रोवाइड करेगा, परफॉर्म आपको करना है, डायरेक्शन एडियोडा दिखाएगा, चलना आपको है, एडियोडा का पूरा सपोर्ट रहेगा। और अगर आप करते हो तो फिर आपको प्लेसमेंट या अच्छा कैरियर होने से कोई नहीं रोक सकता।
So suppose a student asks you, Kunal, I don't know anything about coding. I am interested to learn, but I have no idea. Like, will I be able to learn?
Anyone can learn coding. I don't know what other people like. Normal answers would be like, I also have experience as being an instructor, so I have actually answered this question multiple times. So generally in my class I say that, okay, attend my class for 2 days. If you don't like it, you will yourself know. Okay, so coding is all about logic and less syntax. Syntax is a very important part, but logic building is very important. How you think, like stepwise thinking. So you have to be very clear with the steps in your head. It is not required for you to be knowing the exact coding steps, but the first step is that you should be able to see the steps clearly. If you are able to do that simple thing, I think after that, learning a language is just how much time you are able to invest with the language. That's all.
And there's also
Coding.
this misconception that programming is very difficult.
Not at all. Not at all. Actually, I would say, how much difficult was it when we learned to write A, right? With the finger we used to learn, right? To develop the muscle memory and everything, right? It's not that difficult because now you know everything. Just the thing is that those are set of instructions. You have to simply know basic instructions. If you spend 1 week with it, you'll know it. And nowadays, programming is something is required in every fields of business and all. If you are an HR, you need Python skills actually for data analysis. If you are having, you're good to go. You are someone market will want you. Okay, so it is that important to learn coding. Coding should be something, should be mandatory for everyone to learn. Yeah, according to me, obviously.
Okay. How long has it been now working in this company?
It is around 1 year.
We can get good information like how is the experience now working in tech industry?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Absolutely. So basically, I would say frankly that if you are someone good in problem solving and especially mathematics and all, this lifestyle will not bore you because every day there is new challenges. There are new challenges and new technologies. And in my company, especially, I'm getting a lots of exposure to new technologies like not just Python. Like even the frameworks, I'm learning new frameworks and all because it's required in different projects. And I would say that, yeah, it's really amazing.
I struggled a lot earlier. Eventually, I was after my college ended, I went to TCS. But due to some reasons, I was not enjoying my job basically. I was a database administrator there in operations. So I decided to quit there. I couldn't get a new job basically. And what I actually found was I needed to upskill my skills also. So at that time, I was looking for something that could help me out with the job because at that time when I was giving interviews, it was not getting cleared somehow. And eventually COVID was also there. So that was a difficult time. The EdYoda's program was superb for me at such a happy place, and I'm so happy with my job, with my work, with the team I am in, with the company I am in. And as I said, the company is great, the team members are great. I'm at the happy place right now.
तो उससे पहले कोडिंग आप जानते थे कि कोई आइडिया ही नहीं?
हाँ, क्योंकि जब इंजीनियरिंग के 4 इयर्स रहते हैं तो उसमें फर्स्ट ईयर में आईटी का एक सब्जेक्ट रहता है, बेसिक कंप्यूटर प्रोग्रामिंग बोल के। तो उसमें मैंने C++ वगैरह में मैं सीखा था और उसमें मेरा थोड़ा मीन्स उस वक्त मैंने अच्छे से स्कोर किया था उस सब्जेक्ट में, मीन्स इंटरेस्टेड था मैं।
तो आपने जब पढ़ाई शुरू किया ना, बोल रहे थे कि ज्यादा आपको नॉलेज नहीं था कोडिंग के बारे में, पढ़ते समय आपका एक्सपीरियंस कैसा था?
एक सिंपल सी बात है, अगर हमको पढ़ने के वक्त अगर टीचर्स अच्छे मिल जाए तो हमारा बहुत हेल्प होती है, इंटरेस्ट भी बढ़ता है और हमको इजी भी जाता है। अगर नॉन आईटी ब्रांच से अगर जाना और कोडिंग कर रहे तो इट्स डिफिकल्ट थिंग। तो मैंने जब पढ़ाई करना स्टार्ट किया शुरुआती दिन में तो मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि यार फोर्थ ज्वाइन करके गलती तो नहीं कर दी ऐसा वैसा, क्योंकि पता है कि कोडिंग की टफनेस लेवल थोड़ी ज्यादा है, तो इसलिए मैंने शुरुआत से मैंने किया। पर मुझे ऐसा लगा कि यार ठीक है और ट्राई करते हैं और एक्स्ट्रा स्टडी करते हैं। एक स्टेज ऐसे आ गई कि मुझे अब करना है और वो भी बेस्ट करना है, तो इसलिए मैं अच्छे से कॉन्सेंट्रेट होकर सब नॉलेज गेन करता रहा। मेरे यंगर सिस्टर ने मुझे बहुत हेल्प की क्योंकि उसको सब मीन्स पहले से पता था, तो मैं उनकी ज़्यादा हेल्प लेता था। तो इसलिए मेरा इंटरेस्ट उस कोर्स पे कायम बना रहा और मैं नॉलेज इससे गेन करता था।
तो आपने जब पढ़ाई शुरू किया ना, बोल रहे थे कि ज्यादा आपको नॉलेज नहीं था कोडिंग के बारे में, पढ़ते समय आपका एक्सपीरियंस कैसा था?
एक सिंपल सी बात है, अगर हमको पढ़ने के वक्त अगर टीचर्स अच्छे मिल जाए तो हमारा बहुत हेल्प होती है, इंटरेस्ट भी बढ़ता है और हमको इजी भी जाता है। अगर नॉन आईटी ब्रांच से अगर जाना और कोडिंग कर रहे तो इट्स डिफिकल्ट थिंग। तो मैंने जब पढ़ाई करना स्टार्ट किया शुरुआती दिन में तो मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि यार फोर्थ ज्वाइन करके गलती तो नहीं कर दी ऐसा वैसा, क्योंकि पता है कि कोडिंग की टफनेस लेवल थोड़ी ज्यादा है, तो इसलिए मैंने शुरुआत से मैंने किया। पर मुझे ऐसा लगा कि यार ठीक है और ट्राई करते हैं और एक्स्ट्रा स्टडी करते हैं। एक स्टेज ऐसे आ गई कि मुझे अब करना है और वो भी बेस्ट करना है, तो इसलिए मैं अच्छे से कॉन्सेंट्रेट होकर सब नॉलेज गेन करता रहा। मेरे यंगर सिस्टर ने मुझे बहुत हेल्प की क्योंकि उसको सब मीन्स पहले से पता था, तो मैं उनकी ज़्यादा हेल्प लेता था। तो इसलिए मेरा इंटरेस्ट उस कोर्स पे कायम बना रहा और मैं नॉलेज इससे गेन करता था।
There's a technique to learn. Okay, so the way to learn thing is that.
So how is the experience like now you are working in tech industry?
Yeah, it's superb. Like I really wanted to work in the development area, and right now I am working with using Python and Ansible and database and everything. And as I said, the company is great, the team members are great. I'm at the happy place right now. I'm actually at my happy place.
Any tip you would like to give to students who are just maybe getting placed and going to be joining a company?
Well, for them, I would just say that listen to your manager and what they require, and do study on a daily basis. Summarize what you're working upon and do check upon your studies once in a while, so that get your concepts brushed up, because once we start working, we somehow forget the past, what we have learned, but somewhere it helps a lot. So yeah, keep brushing up on your concepts, whatever you are learning and whatever you do, and keep learning. Never stop learning. It helps you a lot. Whatever the field you are, you need to keep learning daily.
How important do you think is practicing? Without practicing, will it work?
Attending a class is very small part of your learning actually, but if you don't practice, you will never know what you studied and why you studied. To get a better understanding of why you studied this, practice is very much important. While we practice, we get the questions to ask. So actually, when we practice, we get to know that we have this doubt, and we get to know ourselves that yeah, we didn't actually understood this point, or we are not clear with this particular concept. We only get this once we practice. Just reading and attending classes not actually enough anyway. The EdYoda program is also in such a very systematic manner that even if you don't pick your extra time, even if you learn properly what we have taught today, that is more than enough for you.
फ्रैंकली स्पीकिंग मुझे कुछ भी नहीं आता था कंप्यूटर के सब्जेक्ट, बट अभी आता है एडयोडा ज्वाइन करने के बाद मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस इतना ग्रो हुआ है ना, मैं बता नहीं सकता कि कितना कॉन्फिडेंस ग्रो हुआ है मेरा। एक्चुअली स्टिल मैं कंफ्यूज हूँ मेरा प्लेसमेंट हुआ है या नहीं क्योंकि मेरी जर्नी ही वैसी है कि मुझे बिलीव ही नहीं होता कि मैंने इतना कुछ अचीव कर लिया कम टाइम में अचीव कर लिया, इसलिए बिलीव नहीं होता। एक्चुअली देखो, अगर आप एडयोडा के थ्रू जाते हो, अपना 100% देके सर्टिफिकेशन क्लियर करते हो, बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर होती है आपकी, और आप प्रोसेस के थ्रू जाते हो, तो मुझे लगता है आप भी इंजॉय करोगे आईटी इंडस्ट्री में।
मतलब कैसे इंटरेस्ट आया, आप थोड़ा बता सकते हैं कैसे आपको लगा कि
या
मैथ्स मेरा इंटरेस्ट है?
एक्चुअली मैं हमारा एक छोटा सा गांव है सांगवी, तो उसमें हमारे जो सीनियर्स थे ना वो पढ़ाते थे, तो उन्होंने पढ़ाया, फिर मेरा इंटरेस्ट बढ़ता गया धीरे धीरे धीरे, वो अच्छे से पढ़ाने लगे, तो मुझे भी लगा कहीं चलो मैथमेटिक्स कितना इजी है, तो धीरे धीरे उन्होंने हर एक गली में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर दिया उनके स्टूडेंट को। जैसे हम उनके पास जाते थे तो उन्होंने बताया कि चलो अपने अपने गली के स्टूडेंट्स को तुम पढ़ाना अपने अपने गली में, तो हमने स्टार्ट किया, तो वहीं से मेरी जर्नी स्टार्ट हुई टीचिंग की। तो वहाँ से अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस भी आता गया, गांव में स्टूडेंट्स का भी फायदा हुआ और उसमें मेरा भी टीचिंग का एक्सपीरियंस बढ़ता गया। तो ऐसे करते करते मैं ग्रेजुएशन कंप्लीट किया मैंने, वहाँ तक मैं टीचिंग ही करता था मेरे गांव में साइड बाय साइड एजुकेशन करते करते।
तो आपने डिसाइड कैसे किया कि ठीक है अभी मैथ्स को साइड में रखते हैं, मैं कंप्यूटर पढ़ लेता हूँ?
एक्चुअली मुझे पता था कि मुझे मैथ में ही करियर करना है मेरा। नॉर्थ महाराष्ट्र यूनिवर्सिटी जलगांव करके हमारी एक यूनिवर्सिटी है, वहाँ पे मैंने प्लेन एमएससी मैथमेटिक्स के लिए एडमिशन लिया था। बट हमारे कॉलेज के टीचर थे, उनको जब मैंने बताया कि सर मैंने यहाँ एडमिशन कर लिया है करके, तो थोड़ा गुस्सा हुए वो मुझ पे कि आपने ऐसा क्यों किया, एमएससी करके क्या करोगे, कुछ स्कोप नहीं है। तो फिर वो बोले कि पुणे में ऐसा ऐसा एक कॉलेज है, वहाँ पे आप एडमिशन लो, आईटी कंपनी में आपको ऐसा जॉब मिल जाएगा। तो मैंने उनकी सुन ली, तो फिर वहाँ पे एडमिशन ले लिया। पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन कंप्लीट होने के बाद भी मुझे कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं था कि मुझे जॉब लगेगा। फ्रैंकली स्पीकिंग मुझे कुछ भी नहीं आता था कंप्यूटर के सब्जेक्ट से, बट अभी आता है। एडयोडा ज्वाइन करने के बाद मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस इतना ग्रो हुआ है ना, मैं बता नहीं सकता कि कितना कॉन्फिडेंस ग्रो हुआ है मेरा।
तो आप मतलब जब आप डिसाइड कर रहे थे कि डेटा साइंस का कोर्स लेना है, कभी आपने कुछ और भी देखा कि कुछ और चीज का भी कोर्स कर सकते हैं, कि आप फिक्स थे डेटा साइंस ही करना है?
फिक्स था मेरा डेटा साइंस ही करना था, क्योंकि डेटा साइंस में पाइथन लैंग्वेज यूज होती है और मुझे पाइथन लैंग्वेज इजी लगी। बाकी की लैंग्वेज मुझे थोड़ा कंफ्यूज रहता था मैं, थोड़ा सिंटैक्स वगैरह का, बट पाइथन का जब मैं देखता था तो मुझे इजी लगी, और पाइथन पे ही डेटा साइंस रहता है करके ऐसा मुझे पता चला था। तो मैंने डिसाइड किया चलो डेटा साइंस ही करते, क्योंकि डेटा साइंस में पाइथन यूज होता है।
Yeah, I got placed in Altisource Business Solutions, which is located in Bangalore. Yeah, I'm a software engineer, like front-end UI developer. I was not able to get in placed in any of the sector for 3 years because I was planning to do job in government sector. So because of 3 years gap, no company was okay to take me in. So after that I have joined in this EdYoda and got placed. So they were so excited. Actually, I see 3 years was completed. Everyone will be start asking, no, even my parents also, like when you will get the job, this government sector will not work out. Try for another job. So because of that, okay, I will start in tech industry, and I searched in Google and I got through EdYoda.
Will I be able to learn programming? Like I don't know anything. So what will your answer be to them?
Yeah, they can learn anything because if everything is starting from basics means, then we can learn anything. But we need to try hard also. Not only based on the lessons explained, we can succeed, but we need to learn aside also.
When you were giving the interviews, was there something mistake that you are doing that you realized that, oh, this is a mistake that I should not do?
Yeah, like if I don't know anything, means I was directly saying no, I don't know. But the interviewer said you should not say that you don't know. You need to say like, okay, I will see this topic after the interview. Like that, you need to say. He said.
Okay, alright. Good tip to our students who are watching. You have to give one tip to students who are applying and who are not getting selected. What tip would you like to give them?
Even if you got rejected also, we should not get disappointed, because we will get knowledge like how to attend the interview, what are the questions that are being asked, so that we can prepare well for other interviews also. So we should not get disappointed if we got deselected.
Great, like don't get disappointed, keep on trying. That final one job that is for you, you will get it.
मेरा प्लेसमेंट हुआ है एंटिटी डाटा कंपनी में। तो मेरा जॉब रोल यहाँ है जूनियर डाटा एनालिस्ट के रूप में। जैसे मैं अभी फ्रेशर हूँ, तो जैसे जैसे एक्सपीरियंस मिलता जाएगा तो प्रमोशंस मिलते जाएंगे। मैं बेसिकली आंध्रा से हूँ, तो अभी मैं यहाँ बैंगलोर में सेटल्ड हूँ। तो यहाँ पे जैसे हमारी फैमिली बैंगलोर में शिफ्ट हुई, तो मेरा एजुकेशन सब बैंगलोर से ही हुआ था। तो यहाँ पे मेरा डिग्री खत्म होने के बाद मैंने प्लेसमेंट्स के लिए स्टार्ट किया था। तो इनिशियली मैंने कोई भी कोर्स नहीं किया था, तो थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो रही थी प्लेसमेंट के लिए। कहीं पर भी जाता था तो उतना ज़्यादा रिस्पॉन्स नहीं मिलता था। तो उसके बाद मैंने EdYoda ऑनलाइन कोर्स के बारे में सुना था, तो मैंने अप्लाई किया। तो आपके यहाँ से इमीडिएट रिस्पांस मिला मुझे, और बताया गया कि पहले एक एंट्रेंस टेस्ट होगा। जैसे ही आपका एंट्रेंस टेस्ट क्लियर हो जाएगा, तो अगर आपको वहाँ पे स्कॉलरशिप्स भी मिलते हैं और EMI का भी फैसिलिटी है। तो ये सारे इसके रिगार्डिंग मैंने ज्वाइन किया। फैमिली का रिएक्शन तो अच्छा था। जैसे वो भी एक्साइटेड थे कि बहुत दिनों से जॉब नहीं लग रही थी, तो जैसे ही कोर्स ज्वाइन करने के बाद जॉब लग गई, तो वो भी एक्साइटेड थे कि भाई कुछ आगे बढ़ रहे हैं।
आपको ये आइडिया कैसे आया कि मुझे डेटा साइंस पढ़ना है?
एज पर जॉब डिमांड के हिसाब से मैंने देखा कि डेटा साइंस अभी बूम में है, तो मैंने सोचा कि चलो डेटा साइंस करते हैं। और मेरा इंटरेस्ट भी था कि डाटा के ऊपर कि कैसे सॉल्व करते हैं, क्या है। तो मेरे इंटरेस्ट के रिगार्डिंग मैंने ऑलरेडी मतलब डाटा साइंस लिया था।
एंड अगर कोई देख रहा है जिसको प्रोग्रामिंग का कुछ नॉलेज ही नहीं है, एकदम जीरो है, कभी प्रोग्रामिंग किया ही नहीं है, तो क्या आपको लगता है ये प्रोग्राम पढ़ के वो प्रोग्रामिंग सीख सकते हैं?
हाँ, हो सकता है, क्योंकि मैंने जैसे सुना है कि मैकेनिकल स्टूडेंट्स, इलेक्ट्रिकल स्टूडेंट्स भी अभी सॉफ्टवेयर में हैं। तो उनसे भी मैंने चेक किया था कि कैसे वो लोग सॉफ्टवेयर में हैं। जैसे उनको उतना प्रोग्रामिंग भी आता नहीं है। इंजीनियरिंग जब पढ़ते हैं तो वहाँ भी नहीं सिखाते हैं। तो पता चला कि कोर्सेस में बहुत कुछ सीखते हैं। तो यहाँ पे मेरे साथ मैकेनिकल भी थे और इलेक्ट्रिकल भी थे मेरे बैच में, EdYoda टीम में। तो यहाँ भी बेसिक से स्टार्ट करते हैं तो सब कुछ सीखते हैं। वो लोग भी आराम से प्रोग्रामिंग सीख जाएंगे।
तो अभी मतलब एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा? क्योंकि अभी 5 मंथ्स मतलब आपको अभी आइडिया मिल गया है कैसे एक इंडस्ट्री में जॉब होता है। तो थोड़ा सा हमारे व्यूअर्स भी जानना चाहते हैं।
यहाँ पे फ्रेशर्स के रूप में देखते हैं, जूनियर क्लाउड इंजीनियर का रोल है, सॉरी डाटा इंजीनियर का। तो यहाँ पे हमें इनिशियली ट्रेनिंग दिया जाता है 3 to 4 months का, वो प्रोजेक्ट के रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से। तो ट्रेनिंग होने के बाद यहाँ पे फिर से आपको, अगर ये सर्विस बेस्ड कंपनी है हमारी, तो यहाँ पे हमें क्लाइंट बेस्ड इंटरव्यूज भी रहते हैं प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए। जैसे ही हम यहाँ पे क्लाइंट इंटरव्यूज क्रैक करते हैं तो हमें प्रोजेक्ट्स मिलते हैं, प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम करने के लिए। ऐसा प्रोसेस चल रहा है अभी फिलहाल, हम प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम कर रहे हैं।
I have got placed in the Siberium INC. My job role is the web developer. The thing is that peoples are not telling the truth, that they are not telling about their failures. But I want to tell you that actually when I have got detention with my 13 subjects back. It was too difficult situation for me to take that 13 subjects, and there was various family pressure as we are not studying well and we are getting this much failures. So for overcoming these all failures, the best thing I have preferred is the YouTube, where we are getting some recorded lectures of great tutors. So I'm always watching the videos of that tutors, and after that, the main preparation I am doing, that I'm getting 2 to 3 years back paper of all the particular subjects. And the thing is that I have got the success that I cleared that 13 paper at one attempt only in my 6 months. They are also very happy when I told them that I have got placed.
So, Vaibhav, I want to know, like, this difficult situation was going on in your family. So, what kept you motivated कि नहीं रुकना नहीं है, we have to keep going forward?
The thing which kept me motivated is the faces of my family, because I know that if I loses my hope, then they will also lose their hope. Because I am the only person, I know that I want to struggle in life and I want to take my family forward. So from seeing my family's faces, so I came over that, and I have got that much thinking that I never want to give up. And there is the encouragement of my other family members also. They have also encouraged me to never give up and mainly focus on the further things.
Before, actually, like you were saying, you saw this Ed Yoda on Instagram. Before that, did you have an idea that you want to get into tech industry or you want to learn coding?
After completing my graduation, my focus is more on the coding only, because in my friend circle there are various friends who are from the CS background, and when I am going through their projects, then it finds me more little bit interesting things. So at that time only I have prepared my mindset like that, even if I have done my graduation in the mechanical field, I want to more focus on the coding side only.
What was the major reason that you felt like nahi mechanical mein nahi jana hai, I want to shift my industry?
The main reason was that when I get connected with my colleagues and with my school friends and college friends, then I'm seeing that how are the things they are performing by performing on the computer, and it would be more easier than the technical things, as in the technical things we have to go at the particular place, and after that we are facing some little bit issues, and there will be no person who can help us in such a difficult situation. After that I came across the computers and all that things, and after that I have focused that no, I didn't want to give in the mechanical field, I want to only focus in the web development.
घर वालों का भी था क्या?
Ed Yoda, the end of your job search and the beginning of your dream career. Ed Yoda's live sessions are taught by industry experts, giving you hands-on experience and practical knowledge with real projects, not just degrees. Ed Yoda's industry-recognized certifications will help you stand out in the job market. And that's not all. With Ed Yoda's exclusive job board featuring 500 plus companies, Finding your dream job has never been easier. Say goodbye to endless job searching and hello to your dream career with Ed Yoda. Join Ed Yoda student community today and start building your dream career.
Hi everyone, welcome to Python workshop, and this is your host Rishabh. First of all, I just want to check, are you all able to hear me clearly or not? Let me know in the chat box below. All right, so I'm just checking your comments in the chat box. All right, great. We have Prabhu is saying yes. Cube Gaming clear. All right, great to see you all here. And so first, before we begin this session, I would like to welcome you all to EdYoda's YouTube channel and welcome to EdYoda. And if you want to let your friends know about this workshop, now is the time to share this video link with your friends too, so that they can also join you and you can all learn together. And I have a question for you all before we actually begin this workshop. I want to know how many of you are actually first time coders, like you have no idea about programming or this is the first time you are going to learn programming. Do let me know in the chat box. I want a yes or a no. Let me know in the chat box. And everyone watching, I have a small request for all of you. Please do click on the like button so that this video can reach more people and we can all learn together. So 1 like and 1 subscribe. Again, my question is, how many of you are first time programmers? Let me know in the chat box below. Okay, we already have. Cube Gaming says, I already know a little bit. Yadav says no. Okay. Then we have Durga. Yes, sir. Manan. Yes. Okay. Bharat says yes. All right. Durga says okay. So great. Those who are studying for the first time, like programming, going to learn programming for the first time, you are going to learn everything from basics. So not to worry. And I have another question for you. Okay, this is also going to be again a general question. That is, from where are you all watching this live stream? Do let me know in the chat box. From where are you watching this live stream? Which place? And I'll start first. I am doing this live stream from Bangalore. All right. I'm still waiting for your answers. From where are you watching this live stream? Okay, we have someone from Philippines, Gujarat. Yadav says from Gujarat. Then we have Hyderabad, Chirala. Great. Uttar Pradesh, Mysore, Karimnagar. Great to see you all watching from different places, but we are all connected via the internet. So first, let me tell you a little bit about what is EdYoda. So EdYoda is an e-learning platform where we first teach you the skill, like we teach you job relevant skills, and then we connect you to hiring opportunities. And in this session, again, we'll be teaching you Python, which all of you I know are excited to learn. And There are three things that I will suggest before handing it over to our instructor who will be starting the session. Number one, I would suggest you all to put 100% effort to learn. So you're watching this live session and I want you to learn while you're watching the live session itself so that at the end of the session, you have the complete knowledge. Second, anytime you have any questions, any queries, note it down so that we will have a special Q&A session at the end where we will clear this question. So note down all your questions. And third, practicing is very important in programming. So do practice. This is a 2-day workshop. So today and tomorrow. So once you learn everything in this session, again, if you have doubts, watch the session again and practice so that you have the clarity before coming to the next session tomorrow. And also there will be a surprise at the end. So stay tuned. And before actually we start the teaching process, little bit let me introduce you to your instructor. You can already see it's Uttam. So Uttam is our instructor who will be teaching you, and he is currently a data scientist at Accenture, and he's also our instructor at EdYoda Digital University. If I say a little bit about Uttam, he is a teacher who is just not teaching. As a student, people actually love the way he teaches and they are able to enjoy the process of learning. And I hope that in this session too, you are able to enjoy the process of learning and it doesn't feel like 2 hours. It just finishes in a glimpse. So without wasting any more time, I'll hand it over to Uttam so that he can take over and your Python learning journey can start. So over to you, Uttam.
Thank you, Rishabh. Thank you so much for introducing me. Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me clearly, clear and loud. Great, everybody. Great. Okay. Thank you so much, Rishabh, for inviting me over here. And yes, guys. So, like, as Rishabh told me a little bit about me, let me just introduce myself. Like, my name is Uttam, as you know that, and I'm working as a data scientist at Accenture. And today we are going to discuss about the Python. There's a 2 days of a workshop we have, and definitely we are going to learn a lot of things within these 2 days, and it is a day one. I hope we can. Okay. Yes. Okay. So let me share my screen, guys. Then we can start. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. I hope you can see my screen, guys, everyone. I guess my screen is visible clearly, yeah? Okay. Okay, guys. So let's get started, everybody. So as we know that today we are going to discuss about the Python. So this is a day one, and we are going to learn the Python. First of all, let's get started now. So as we know that nowadays people are talking about Python, what is Python, what's not Python, why do we need to learn Python, what are not, like, what are the reason behind it? People are asking for to learn Python now. So these are the multiple things. These are the questions you have into your mind. We will discuss these things for sure today. So now let's discuss about the introduction of a Python first of all. So as if you compare about Python, in the market we have multiple programming languages like Java, C, C++, Python. So why people used to say Python? Because Python is a very easy language to learn. These are the things we are going to talk about. That's an introduction. I'm just telling you right away within that Python. As I mentioned, Python is a simple programming language. In the market, like we have Java, C, C++, and JavaScript and many more programming languages. But why people used to prefer or used to say you should learn Python for data science, not even for specifically for data science. If you are coming from, technical or non-technical background, you can learn Python easily as well. Okay. So Python is just simple a programming language. Like in the market, we have another one, Java, C, C++, and many more. So it is a simple programming language in simple terms. Simple, it's a programming language. And what does it mean of a programming language over here? Programming language, it's nothing but it help you to create a structure to solve the problem related to the real world, whether it is data science or it is not related to the data science. It can solve the problems. And Python is a simple programming language in simple terms, like the way we have another one in the program in the market. That's a little bit about a Python. Let's move to the next one. So as we know that, first of all, what is Python? Python is a simple programming language in the market like we have the rest of the programming languages. So first of all, why people used to say you should learn Python? Yeah. For even if you want to come into the data science field, you should learn Python. What is the reason behind it? People used to, say you should learn Python. Why not? So the reason behind it, this is an open source programming language, first of all. It's an open source. It can be downloaded anyone. Yeah, you can download into your local system, anywhere you can download it. There's no charge of it. You can download from anywhere. It is open source. Another one is another feature I can say, object-oriented programming language. Python is an object-oriented programming language also. What it is, object-oriented programming language or OOPS concept. The another name for object-oriented programming language is OOPS concept. So first of all, the reason behind it, why people used to prefer to learn Python, because of it is an open source. Another one, it's an object-oriented programming language. There are multiple benefits. If in any programming language, we talk about object-oriented programming language. If a programming language contains or has the feature to object-oriented, that means you can solve n number of problems on it. So the one thing which we have learned so far, Python is a simple programming languages which we have in the market. Another programming language like the same, we have Python, simple programming language. But why people used to say you should learn Python? Because it is open source and it is object oriented and it is high level interpreted language. We'll talk about what is an interpreted language. There are three features which we have discussed till now. Python is a simple programming language. It is object oriented and it is high level interpreted. Okay, that means these are the three benefits in Python we have if we are going to solve a problem or if we are going to learn Python for even data science. Yeah. So we'll talk about what is high level interpreted language. Okay, so let me just tell you one thing within that high level interpreted language. Python is a programming language, we know that simply, which we have in the market. Okay, now high level interpreted means in actually when you start writing a code on Python, that is, code over the Python works line by line. If you see, if you have, someone comes from the non-technical background, if you're running a code over any another programming language like Java, C, C++, when you write code over there, the whole program will run at a one single time. You have written down 100 lines of a code, and once you run the file, the whole 100 lines of a code will run at a one single time. Yeah, at a one single time. But over here in Python, the 100 lines of a code will not run together. It will run one by one. Yeah, if you have written down 100 lines of a code in Python, it will run first line first, second line, third line, fourth line, one by one. It will go till the last. That means 100th line. That's the meaning for interpreted. Yeah, so Python is a interpreted programming language. You can say like that way also. If someone asks you what type of Python programming language is, you can tell them, okay, it is very simple. Python is a simple programming language which we have in the market. Yeah, it is object oriented. It is open source. Yeah, object oriented means you can solve real world related problems. You can build an application on it. Application means an app. Okay, you can build a website on it. Yeah, you can solve data science problems with it. You can solve you can say natural language processing problems and multiple problems you can solve within one single programming language. Yeah, or another way you can say that is a generic programming language also. Generic programming means multiple fields you can solve.
you can use Python programming language. I hope this gets clear, everybody. Now, let's summarize once again within 5 seconds. So Python is a programming language. It is an open source, object-oriented, and high-level interpret language. Now, let's move further. So Python, who has created, his name was Guido van Rossum. 1991, he has created or even developed the Python programming language, and at National Research Institute for Mathematics and Computer Science in Amsterdam. So this is the person who developed actually Python, who built Python. Behind it, yeah, there's a mind behind it, the Python at 1991. Yeah. So it is easy to learn. That's a third point. Python is easy to learn. Yeah, there's no such, you need to remember everything. No, it's very simple. Python is a very simple programming language. To be honest, it's very simple. Yeah. If a person coming from non-technical background, that person can easily understand Python. Yeah, definitely. So it is easy to learn, read as compared to other programming languages. As I told you one thing, yeah, Python is a simple terms programming language as we have in the market. Yeah, but why should you learn Python only for data science or not even for data science? It can be anything because of it is open source, it is object oriented, and it is high level interpreted. I told you regarding high level interpreted. Interpreted means 100 lines of a code, not even 100. It can be 1,000, 10,000, anything. Okay. 1,000 lines of a code will run one by one, line by line. It will run. The meaning for line by line, we people used to say interpreted. Python is an interpreted programming language. It is easy to learn and read as a compared to another programming language. That is it. The simple introduction of Python. I hope this gets clear, everybody. Yeah. Now let's move to the next part. Now I have told you this thing, but let's just go to that slide quickly. Why learn Python for AI and ML? We have seen that Python is a programming language, but why should you learn Python for AI and ML? Specifically for AI and ML, why should you learn Python? First of all, because of its simplicity. Simplicity means, what does it mean of a simplicity? That means it is very easy to learn. Yeah. The keywords in Python, that is very simple. That is simple English terminology. Okay. So it is very simple. That's because of its simplicity. You should learn Python. Yeah. For AI and ML. Open source, we know that that is an open source. Yeah. Supports different programming paradigms. That means, see, different programming means, as I mentioned, it is object oriented. It is procedure oriented. It is very simple. Let's just summarize quickly once again. Python is a programming language and it is very easy to learn because of its these features: open source, simplicity, easy to learn, and it is object oriented and it is interpreted also. Yeah, and these are the things stand out Python to learn for data science and AI and ML specifically. Okay. Now let's move ahead. I guess everything is written down there. Python is a beginner-friendly language with next, neat and Liquid syntax. It is very simple. Once we start writing a code, definitely we will be able to understand. It is very simple to write. Yeah. So no need to worry. We'll read these things in a very proper way and we start writing it. Now move to the another part. Why learn Python for AML? That's a continuation part over here. Now just think like a way. Python is a programming language. Python is a programming language. And like the way we have in the market, rest other programming languages we have. Okay, we know that. Now, let me just tell you one more thing in this way. Any another programming language, or it can be any programming language, Java, C, C++, these are the simple programming language. Yeah, these are the simple programming language. But each and every programming language needs a platform. Again, each and every programming language needs a platform. See, somewhere is written over there, platform. Platform means the programming language cannot contain or cannot write a big programs. Yeah, within a only Python, you cannot write 100,000, 10,000 lines of a code. You cannot write it. For writing such big codes, you need a platform. Yeah, people used to say IDE also. Okay, so you need a platform. What types of platforms? See, somewhere written over here, open source IDEs. Yeah, that means behind it, behind Jupyter, Jupyter is a tool. Yeah, Google Colab is a tool. Spider is a tool. Anaconda and this one, these are the tools behind it. Python works. Okay. So these are the platforms you should be run the code over the Python. Okay. And why it is important? As I mentioned, if you're writing a code on Python, you can run one line of a code, two line of a code. But if you're going to solve a 110,000 lines of a code, yeah, at that time you need a platform, or I can say IDE. Okay, or this is something regarding the development phase, or IDE, I can say. So each and every programming language needs an IDE, but Python's IDEs are this: Jupyter, Google Colab, Python, everything, and it is platform independent. Yeah, it is written over here. Python program written in one operating system can be executed on another OS without any modification. That means you can run Python programming language within Windows, within Mac OS, or within Linux. You don't need to change any OS modification over it. Yeah, if some people are coming from the technical background, they'll be able to connect with me on this definitely. Yeah, what is a Mac OS, or what is Linux, what is Windows system, and all that. But don't need to worry. If you're coming non-technical background, definitely we'll discuss these things on the later on. Now, one more important thing is in Python. See that written over here, libraries. There is one for every need. What does it mean of a library? Yeah. So library is nothing but it is very simple. Let me explain you. There is like the meaning for library is nothing but I can say a container. Yeah, a container. Or just if I'll just tell you in the sense of understanding, it's a magic box. Yeah, it contains multiple features for you. Library is one of the feature people used to like. Yeah, people used to love Python. People used to love Python because of its libraries also. Yeah, if you are going to solve a problem within the another programming languages, that will take 100 lines of a code. Okay, but if you solve that particular problem within a Python, it will continue only 2 lines of a code. Yeah, that means that same problem statement you are solving within Java within 100 lines. That same problem you are solving in Python, that is within 2 lines or within 5 lines. Isn't it a very shorter? Because of libraries. So libraries extension in Python, that is very vast. Yeah, there are multiple libraries in Python, so you don't need to write code from scratch in Python, from scratch. So from 100 lines of code, you don't need to write a code from scratch. Just call a library and library will help you out. Definitely, you don't need to write from scratch. Yeah, that is the another feature for Python. So let's just quickly summarize one thing. Python is a programming language. In the programming language we have in the market, definitely we have. Rest are the things we have. It is open source. We know that it is open source. Yeah, you are with me, guys? Yeah, it is open source. It is definitely it is open source. It is easy to learn. Yeah, and it is very vast, and it is full of its libraries, and it is dependent. It is open source. These are the features we have within Python. Now let's just move ahead quickly. Now, if we talked about what is Python, yeah, and why do we need Python? Why should we learn Python specifically for data science or non-data science? Anything. Okay. Now, another questions arises: who needs Python? Yeah, like who can learn Python? Anybody. Coming from non-technical background, you're coming from technical. Any background you're coming from, you can learn Python easily. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Now, who is using Python? So nowadays, Python is using everywhere, everywhere. Like most of the companies, most of the organization, most of the, if you have heard about that, Chat GPT. Yeah. Before, like some months ago, someone has heard about Chat GPT. Nowadays, very vast use that. Why? Chat GPT is nothing but it's a platform. Yeah. It's a platform. Behind it, artificial intelligence, deep learning is working behind it, isn't it? But some of the code, or not some of the code, multiple features contain that chat GPT come from the Python programming languages. Yeah, that is the feature of a Python programming language. Now, if we talk about who is using Python in the market, each and every company using the Python nowadays. Why? Just see Google. The most popular YouTube video sharing system is largely written in Python. See, that means behind it, at the background of a YouTube, it is using Python. Yeah. Google also. See, Google makes extensive use of Python in its web search system. You know that if you want to search something over Google, what should you do at that time? You simply open a Google and write somewhere, okay, over just search when is the match. Yeah, who will win yesterday, or who will, like, what was the match, anything, latest news, whatever you will search over the Google now, if you search it, and it will give you multiple links to solve, to see that, to see the search news, latest news, anything related to that, that is totally built upon Python at the background. Dropbox, these are the multiple companies. Netflix, I hope we all know the company of a Netflix. Even background, Netflix uses that Python. Yeah, these are the companies. Not even these, there are many more companies using Python nowadays. And as I mentioned, Python is very easy to learn. It is very easy. Definitely. It is very easy. Okay. I hope we got an idea regarding Python. What is Python? Yeah. And why is Python so much popular? Because of its features, open source, library, and it is very easy to learn, and many more things. We talked about this thing. I hope this gets clear. Now, these are the features we have. Now, let's just move ahead. Now, if we talk about what are the applications of Python we have. What does it mean of an applications? Applications in the sense, I can say, real world. Yeah, we have seen that Python is a programming language, but in real world, where is, like, who is using? We saw that, okay, these are the companies are using, but is there any real world application behind it? Python is using, or like behind it, Python is working. Is there any platform? Yes. These are the companies. Travel company. If I'll give you one example, when you book a ticket of a flight 5 months back, or at Diwali or any another at that time, the price of the price of the price of ticket will be less. But if you book a ticket, or the flight ticket, within a month, the price will be changed based on the availability, of a flight, based on the rush, isn't that? It depends. These are the things at the background. Who is managing behind it? Python is managing. Not even Python, there are multiple programming languages, but Python is one of the part of it. Someone had built a logic, someone has built an application, someone has built a website behind it, who is managing all these things, and those things are using the Python behind it. Yeah. Sales company, if you heard about Amazon sales, credit and insurance, banking sector, that means healthcare industry, marketing company, social media, even Facebook, even YouTube. Yeah, we are on live on YouTube. Definitely behind it, Python is working. Definitely, isn't that? And automation, multiple applications we have in Python nowadays. I hope this gets clear. Now, let's see that Python installation first of all. Now we see that Python is this. How do Python these things works in Python? Why Python is so much popular? Why not? Everything we talked about. Now we'll talk about Python installation, introduction to Visual Studio, and then data types. Now come to that part. Installation of a Python. As I mentioned, Python is an open source programming language. Python is an open source. Open source basically means what? Anybody can download it. How you can download Python, or how you can download and install into your system Python? You just go to the Google. Come on. Okay. Just do this over here. See, just go to the Google. Just open a Google. Google, just write Python download. Simple, just write Python download. Simply, if you are using Mac, if you are using Linux, or if you are using Windows, just go to the Google and just click on Python download. Simply. See, click on this. There's a latest version of a Python over here, 3.11.2. Simply just click on this. It gets downloading into your system. Yeah. Once it's downloaded, just double click on that file and then it start installing it into your system. Very easy. I have already installed it into my system. If I'll click on this, it's getting downloaded into my system. But I have already into my system. That is why I'm not doing it. Okay. So if you click on this, it will download into your system and it will be open into your system and it will start installing. It will take some time to install into your system. Okay. So this is how you can download and install Python into your system. Okay. Now let's just move to this one. Now, if I talk about introduction to the Visual Studio or VS Code, we have seen that how you can install and download Python. What does it mean of an installation? Let me just tell you. You know that how you can download, go to the Google, click on download, it gets downloaded into your system. But what is the meaning for installation? The meaning for installation is nothing but your system, your laptop, your computer will understand what you are actually installing, what you are actually, putting into your system. Basically, it will get familiar. Your Python get familiar with your system. That's the meaning for installation in normal terms. Okay. So installation means it gets installed into your system successfully. Then you can able to write a code over there. So as I mentioned, one more thing regarding introduction to the Visual Studio. The Visual Studio means what? Nothing but VS Code. There is a shortcut I've written down. VS Code means Visual Studio. Visual Studio is one of the tool, one of the IDE in Python. Over it, you can write 100, 10,000 lines of code. Anything you can write over there. I have already installed it into my system. Let me just show you. As I mentioned, if you want to download Visual Studio also, you can download it. How you can download it? Just go to the Google. Just download Visual Studio. Just download VS Code, Visual Studio, anything. See, go to this one. Come on, this one. Python in Visual Studio Code. Just this. Click on this. Come on. There are multiple IDEs Python, but we'll talk about right now. That is Visual Studio. See, this website or this link will be open for you for sure, everybody. And then once you click on the download now, it's get downloaded into your system. Simple. Just click on this. It's getting downloaded into your system. Once it's download, just double click on the file which is downloaded, then it start installing into your system. Once it will install into your system, what you have to do after that? See, it will open, it will show you like this. You can see that. It will show you in this manner. Yeah, it will show you like this. Let me just close these programs. And then it will be. Okay, let me just close this. Don't save it. Okay. So these are the programs I've written down before. Okay. See, I just closed this one also. Now, once you install Visual Studio into your system, once you install Visual Studio into your system, it looks like this. The overview looks like that way. Now, once you can open this, you have to create a file always. How you can create a file? Go to that file part. Just click on to the new text file, and then just Control S, save button. Once you click on Control Save button, it will give you this thing. Then put your file name like day one. I'm just putting day_1.py. Do not forget about the extension. The extension of a file of Python, that is .py, and then make an enter. See, the file name will be day one now. So here you can write a code, whatever you can write a code over here. Yeah, you can start writing a code on this. We'll see that apart. This is something you can write over the code over the Visual Studio. Now, let me just over this. I hope this gets clear, everybody. Now we'll talk about data types. What is data types? Okay. What is data types actually in Python? Okay. Now we have understood, like first of all, rest other things we'll do over the Google Colab right now, because over the Google Colab, I can write a code side by side. Okay, like different cell I can work on it. So what is Visual Studio? What is Google Colab? Both are the IDEs of Python, but there is a difference. What is the difference? Google Colab is an IDE which Google provides us free of cost. Yeah, free of cost. And it is a web based. If you have an internet at your system, then you can able to use it. Otherwise, you cannot. And Visual Studio, it is a local system application or app or IDE, isn't it? You can use like anytime without internet or with internet, anything. Okay. Now we'll talk about data types. I'm just writing over here what is the data types. Okay. Now let me just show you over here. Now we'll talk about data types. Just come there. Okay. Now come here, guys. We'll talk about data types. First of all, what is data types? If we talk about data types in general, I'm asking, okay, in 10-12 standard, we talk about, anybody, like, let me just ask you from that thing. I hope you know that, okay? In 10-12 standard, you have seen multiple types of a data. In 10-12 standard, I'm just telling you over here. In 10-12 standard, you see that, okay, something you have written down into a 10-12 standard, not even 10-12, 5th, 6th standard, I believe. X is equal to 10. Yeah. This is something you did in your 10-12 standard, right? Y is equal to 20. Yeah. And this is something you did. Yeah. Z is equal to 50. This is something we did in our 10-12 standard. So what does it mean? What does it mean? Yeah. What type of data is it? Then tell me what type of data it is. Yeah. What type of data it is? What type of data it is? Yeah. If I'm writing something over here, like my name, Uttam, if I'm writing something, what type of data it is? Yeah. Which we used to say in our 10-12 standard. Let me show you over here. See that. Okay, see that. That's called a numeric data type. Multiple data types we have in Python. The first one is a numeric data type. Numeric data type means, like we have seen, x is equal to 10. Yeah, that's called an integer data type in Python. Yeah, another numerical data type in Python we have, that is a float. What is float? I'll show it to you. Come here. See, integer is something 10, comma 20, comma 30, any value, like I can say whole value, whole number. Okay. Float is nothing but a decimal. In 10-12 standard, we used to say decimal. Yeah. Decimal. Another name is decimal. What is mean, like 1 point something? Yeah. 10 point some value. 10 some value. That is called in Python a float number. Okay. But in 10-12 standard, we used to say decimal number. Remember? I hope you are getting it. Yeah. But in Python, we used to say float. Integer. Yeah. The numbers. In 10-12 standard, we used to say numbers only now, but in Python, we used to say integer. Another numeric data type in Python, that is complex number. In 10-12 standard, we talked about, remember, A plus IB. Yeah, A plus IB we talked about in 10-12 standard. So A is the real value, B is the imaginary value. That is the data type we have in Python, complex numbers. Yeah. Now, another data type we have in Python, that is a string. If somewhere is written with the character like A, B, C, D in the form of A, B, C, D, like I have written down Uttam like this. I have written down Uttam. Yeah. I have written down Ed Yoda. I have written down Ed Yoda. If somewhere is written within this character A, B, C, D form, so in Python, we used to say that is my string. That is a string data type. The name already suggesting data type. That means different types of a data. Yeah. There are four different data types we talked about till now. That is integer data type, complex number data type, float data type, and string data type. These are the four data types we talked about. I hope this gets clear, everybody. Okay. Now, now we talk to that rest other things like dictionary. Dictionary comes under into data structure. It's a another concept, but I'm just telling you this thing also. So dictionary is a data structure. We'll talk this thing later on. Boolean is another data type. Boolean we have read in our 10-12 standard. What is Boolean in this way. Like Boolean is true false value. Boolean is true false value. Simple. In our 10 12 standard we talked about. Boolean is a true false value. Okay. Set is a part for data structure. We'll talk about later on. Now this thing and this thing we'll talk about later, like dictionary and set, because this is the part for data structure. And sorry, list also and tuple also. This comes under into data structure. We'll talk about later on. But right now we are talking about data types. Okay. What are the data types we talked about? Let's just summarize quickly. Let me just clean this up. Now, one data type we talked about integer. Yeah, integer data type. Another data type we talked about complex number like a plus ib. Another data type we talked about float number like 1 point some value, 1.3, 1.5, 10 point some value. That is a float. Another string data type we talked about, that is within the character form, like Uttam, like EdYoda, like machine learning, Python. The value contains a character. We used to say the string in Python. Another data type, that is a Boolean, like true false value. Simple. These are the data types we have within Python. Okay, now let's just move ahead. I hope we got understanding on this. Okay, now let me just come over there. I'm just writing something over here. Yeah, I'm just writing rest of the things over here. One data type we talked about, that is, string data type. String data type in the sense, in Python, we used to say string, but in general, in 10-12 standard, other than Python, other than data science, we used to say alphabet. Yeah, alphabet. Yeah, and what it is? Alphabet actually, not this. Alphabet something like if somewhere written Uttam, phone or anything, etc. Anything related to some alphabet which contains ABCD form. One data structure. Another data structure we talked about numeric, or I can say integer. But in 10-12 standard, we used to say numeric number, isn't it? Numeric number we used to say. Numeric means some number, 10, 20, 100, any number it can be, any number. Generally, we used to say numeric, but in Python, we used to say integer. Now come to that a different one. Another data type we talked about, what it is? Boolean. Or like other than Boolean, let's just close that. Float. In Python, we used to say float, but in general, we used to say decimal. Decimal. Like you can say anything, 10 point some value, 10 some value, any value it can be, any value. That means in Python, there is a different name, but the things are the same. Okay, but the different name. I hope this gets late. It's very easy. Yeah, very easy. Just try to connect Python with the real world. Definitely, you don't need to remember all these things. It will be very easy. Python is very easy to learn, and definitely it is. Okay. Three data types we talked about till now. Now another data type, that is Boolean. Yeah. In 10-12 standard, we used to say Boolean. Boolean means like what it is? True, false. Oh. True, false. Simple it is. True, false. Yeah. These are the data types we are talking about. Do we have another thing? Did we miss anything? Complex number, we missed that. Integer, float, Boolean, list. We have missed out the complex numbers. Let me just write over here. Complex numbers. In Python, in other than Python, we used to say that complex, same also. Yeah? What it is? Like a plus ib. A plus ib. A was the real value, and the value which contains with I, that called the imaginary value. Okay, and people used to say x plus iy, anything it can be. Okay, that is simpler. 5 data types we have in Python. There are more over it, but these are the important one, and rest are the things which comes under into the data structure. Okay, some people used to say that comes under into sequential data type, but not. Actually, it comes under into the data structure. We'll talk about that thing later on. Now we'll talk about data conversion. Now we'll talk about conversion of the data. What does it mean of conversion of a data? We'll see that for sure. Come into that part. Okay. So this is something we talked about, the data types in Python. Let's just summarize quickly. Now we'll go to the type, or not even type, conversion of a data. Conversion of the data. Conversion of the data means, let's see some of the examples. Okay. Now come down. Let's just summarize quickly. So Python is a programming language. We know that it is very easy to use, easy to learn. It is open source. It is very popular nowadays because of its libraries and because of its features, because of its uh, object-oriented programming language. Python is an interpreted programming language. These are the features stand out Python to learn and easy to learn for everybody, technical or non-technical person. This is something very easy. Okay, so we have understood. We all are clear on this, I believe. Okay. Other than this, we talked about Python is a programming language, but if we want to write a code from scratch, like a big code, if we are going to develop our own website, our own application, if we are going to develop, we need a IDE. IDE basically means what? This is a platform. This is an application. This is a software. Behind it, Python is working. Behind it, actually, Python is working. But why do we need this? If we are solving, or if we are making a big program, a huge program, or application, yeah, anything, that is why we need that. Okay. Now, what are the IDEs we have in the market? I'm just writing the name. Okay, I'm just writing the name. Multiple IDEs we have market, like Jupyter. Yeah, Jupyter, Visual Studio, we have seen that, like PyCharm. Yeah, PyCharm and Spider. Yeah, and Jupyter Lab and Google Colab, and many more, many more, many more. Yeah, and you can use anything. You can use anything. You can use Jupyter, Visual Studio, anything you can use. You are free to use anything. And all these platforms are the open source. You can use anything. Download it and just you can use that easy. It is very simple. Okay, so we have understood. Now we are using Google Colab. Why we are using Google Colab? There's a reason behind it. What is the reason? It is, here I can run my code with the different cells. Yeah, here I can load different differences, and I can share the link with everybody if we are working on the Google Colab. But at the same time, we can work over the Visual Studio also. Okay, VS Code, I can work with that. So this is the overview of a Visual Studio and rest other things. Now we talked about, other than that, we talked about data types. What does it mean of a data types? We know that. Nowadays, everywhere is the data. Everywhere we have the data. What does it mean of a data? Data can be anything, na? The name format, yeah, the number format, the float format, where I have some decimal value, where I have some true false value. These are nothing but different types of my data. Okay, now moving ahead. So these are the data types we have in Python. String data type, in general, we used to say alphabet, which we remember. We know that already. We don't need to remember what is string. Just alphabet is just replaced by a string in Python. If we are going to learn Python, we should be aware about what is string actually. Number will be replaced by integer. Decimal will be replaced by float. Boolean is same as the Boolean, and complex is same as a complex. These are the data types. Now come to that a conversion part. What is conversion? Now come here. So I am, this is called, I'm creating a variable. Okay. See that here I'm containing, 10. Okay. So the x, which we have done in our 10-12 standard, see, x is equal to 10. So what is x over here? It is very simple. Just focus once, definitely it will be easy. Let me just zoom it if you can't see that. Okay. As I mentioned, what is x? X is my variable. In 10-12 standard, we did like the same way, na? Like x is equal to 10, y is equal to 20. Yeah. And then I want to do x plus y. Isn't it we done in the 10-12 standard? What will be the output? See that. The output will be 30, 10 plus 20. Isn't it? So x is my variable who contains a data, who contains a data. What data? Numerical data or integer data. The same variable I have y, but with a different name. Okay, then I am storing it, I am adding it. Okay, that is something we did not tend to a standard. So x, we used to say the variable. Okay, now come to that part. Now the meaning for conversion of a data. Conversion of a data means if I want to convert one data to another data. The meaning for conversion is nothing but I want to convert one data type to another data type. That is the meaning for conversion. What does it mean? How it is possible? Come into that part. See, we know that x is my 10. So x is my variable. With the help of some is equal to symbol in our 10 12 standard, is equal to symbol, I can able to assign a value 10 to the variable y. Yeah, the meaning for this, I'm assigning a value 10 to the variable x, and the variable name can be anything. Okay, now, so there's a keyword in Python. There's a built-in keyword in Python, that is a type. Yeah, that is a type. If I'll write type within this bracket, if I'll write x, yeah, if I run this again, yeah, it will give me something. It is giving me integer. Okay, that means type is the keyword in Python which will tell you, okay, what type of data it is. Okay, it is saying int. That means integer data type it is. How simple it is, isn't it? You don't need to remember. You don't need to remember what type of data it is. Just ask with the Python. Okay, what type of data it is? Just tell me. Yeah. So type is the keyword which help you to know that what type of data you have. Okay. Suppose, come down. Y is equal to new variable you have created. Here you are doing 50.6. Now you know that. I know. You know that what type of data it is. It is a float data type, but I don't know that. I just want to ask from Python. How can I do that? Just run this with a keyword type. It will tell you, okay, it is a float data type. Very simple, isn't it? Now, this is something exists. Okay, I know that, we know that. Okay, this is very simple. It is very easy. We have understood. I'm assigning a variable like this. But I want to convert. Yeah, I want to convert. I have a value like this. See, I have a value y who contain float data type. Okay, but my requirement is to convert this data type float into integer. Yeah, I want to convert this data type into integer. Come into that part. How can I convert it? So in which data type you want to convert it, just use that keyword like int and then close the bracket and then use y. So what does it mean? You are converting y. Y you have float. Before it was float. Now you are converting into integer, int. Int is the inbuilt keyword in Python. Okay, you don't need to remember. Once you start writing a code, you will be able to understand. So integer is the keyword and you are converting into the integer, the float value. See that? Y is the variable who contain float value. But now I want to convert it into integer. I am conversion. I'm going to convert the value of y into the new data type, that is integer. Yeah, if I do this and I want to store it somewhere like z, yeah, what I'm doing? I'm converting the data type y into the integer. And after converting it, I am storing it into a new variable z. Okay, if I run this, okay, it is working. It is working. Now I just want to check the type. Yeah, now we'll check the type of z. Now do this. Let's see that. Okay, can you see that? Before it was float, now I have converted that data 50.6 into integer like this. So what I did here, let's summarize once again. So what I did, the data I was before within y, that is a float data type. I can see like 0.6, yeah, decimal value we used to say in float in Python. Yeah, but my requirement is I want to convert this. I want to convert within the number. Number means in the integer. So what I did, see, I used to this way. If I print now, if I'll print Z, see this first of all. See, can you see that now it is 50? Now what I did, before it was 50.6, I have checked the type, that is a float. Now I have converted into integer. How can I convert it? Simple, use that int. In which data type I want to convert, just use the keyword like this, int, and then within the bracket, just use that variable who contains the data. So after converting it, I am storing it somewhere. I am storing it somewhere because it is my requirement. I have to use it somewhere also. So I'm converting it, I'm storing it within Z. So Z is the new variable who contain converted data, converted Y. Okay. Now if I check that, okay, now I can see the type of my Z is integer. And if I check the value of my Z, it contains 50. Because how it is converted? Because of this line, because of integer. Yeah, before it was 50.6. After conversion, Python able to convert this thing into the integer format. This is how you can convert one data type to another data type. Isn't that simple, guys? Let's just summarize quickly once again. So what we did, we talked about different data types in Python. You can convert one data type to another data type based on the requirement. Okay, based on the requirement. Okay, before it was 10 like this. This is simply a variable. I'm containing a variable, and this is my value. So x is my variable who contain number. That means integer. 20, the same integer. But I just check the data type, that is integer. With the help of type keyword, it able to, I can see integer data type it is. But my requirement is to convert this data type into the float. Yeah, how can I do that? Simply like this. So there's a keyword integer, int. Yeah, you don't need to write integer fully. Just use that int. This will convert your float data type into the integer data type simply and store it somewhere. After checking this, it will able to see that the value is converted into 50. Before it was 50.6, now it is converted into 50. This is how easy it is to convert one data type into another data type in Python. I hope, guys, this gets clear, everybody. I hope there is no such doubt on this. Yeah, everyone. Okay, and the same thing, the same code I can write over here, like x is equal to 10. You can write the code over here, y is equal to 20 like this, and you can print x plus y. Print is a keyword in Python. Okay, we'll talk about these things for sure, but how you can run this? This is something you can write a code over here. Okay, now this is something we have, and then go to the presentation. I believe this gets clear, everybody. And yes. So see, the data type conversion, we have seen that with the help of keyword type, type, and with the close bracket. I hope this gets clear, guys. Yeah. Now, after this, we have learned so many things till now. Yeah, we have learned so many things. Now, after this, we have a fun session. After this, we have a fun session. And this thing, Rishabh will take care of. And yes, Rishabh, are you there?
Yeah, hi, Uttam.
Okay,
Thank you
hi,
so
Rishabh.
much. Is everyone able to hear me? A quick check.
Yes, over to you, Rishabh.
Thank you, Uttam. So again, time for all the viewers. Let me know in the chat box, are you able to hear me? We'll have a quick fun session in between. So I want you all to let me know in the chat box, are you all able to hear me clearly? Okay, great. So we'll move to the first question, which is going to be, so Uttam, can we have the next slide? Okay. What does the acronym URL stand for? Very simple. I know you all know this. URL. What does it stand for? Let's see who answers this first. Let's go. This is going to be fast. So let me know the answer in the chat box. And if you haven't still liked this live stream, please do like it. I want to see. There are How many? We can cross that 100 mark. We are currently at 76. We want to cross that 100 mark of likes. So if you haven't liked this video, please do like. Okay, we have Reverb who is saying uniform resource location. Okay, Praveen, uniform resource locator. Okay, he has got the right answer. So, okay, we have more answers. L30 and Sen. Okay, great. You have got the first answer correct. Let's move on to the next question. What is the name of the computer program that Google uses to search for information? All right. Again, search for information on the web. Let me know quickly the answer. I know you all know this. These are all simple questions, but you just have to think quickly and answer them. Let's go. Second question. Let's see what's the answer for the second. Who answers it first? What is name of the computer program that Google uses to search for information on the web? Let's see who answers this question first. Okay. Python. No, this is a general question that I'm asking. Okay, we have Python, everyone saying, but the answer is pretty simple. I would say you all are thinking a bit too complex. The answer is very simple. It is just that how do you search information on Google? So you use Google search. So that is the computer program that is being used. So you all have become now like technical. You all are thinking very technical, but it was a simple answer. This is Google search is being used. All right, we'll move to the next question. Let's see who gets this. Next question. What is the name of the technology that allows computers to communicate wirelessly with other devices? This is like very simple. Again, simple question. Let me know who gets this first. This is something that we are using now also to communicate with each other. So let me know what is the answer for this. What is the name of the technology that allows computers to communicate wirelessly with our other devices? All right, I'm waiting for your answers. And if you haven't, still I see there's not an increase in the number of likes. So if you haven't liked that, please do hit on that like button. Bluetooth, no. Urmil says Bluetooth, but that's not the answer. What is the name of the technology that allows computers to communicate wirelessly with other devices? Okay, internet, close. But what is it called? It's very simple. We all know it. I know you know the answer. I'm going to wait 5 more seconds. Let's see if anyone gets this answer. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I haven't got the answer still. The answer is very simple. It's Wi-Fi. All right, moving on to the next question. What is the name of the high-speed data transmission technology that replaced dial-up internet? Again, I need the term. Okay, people have got the answer. Now I can see Paras saying Wi-Fi, Mohit Kumar Wi-Fi. All right, let's move. Next question. We are in the next question. We need the answers quickly. What is the name of the high-speed data transmission technology that replaced dial-up internet? So I'm waiting for you all. Let's see who gets this right. What is the name of the high-speed data transmission technology that replaced dial-up internet? Great. Praveen has got the answer right. Broadband. Great, Praveen. Okay, Afran has also got it. Broadband. So great. We have the answer for this. Moving on to the next question. This is again an interesting question. What is the name of the social media platform that allows users to send messages that disappear after they are viewed? So everyone who watches uses social media platforms, this is a simple one. Let me know. I need the answer quickly. So it's a game of how quick you can give the answers. I'm still waiting. I hope you are using this platform. And the clue. Okay, Praveen says WhatsApp, but there is one more platform where you can send messages and they disappear. Snapchat. Urmil has got it correct. Great. It is Snapchat. All right. Moving on to the next question. What does the acronym VPN stands for? Okay, this is a little bit technical. So people who are a little bit interested in technical might know this. But let's see how many know this. VPN. You might have heard this, like when you're using internet, you use VPN so that no one is able to track you. You have more security. You might have seen a lot of videos about VPN online also. But what is this full form? What does this VPN stand for? Virtual private network. Praveen has again got it right. Great. Let's see who else. Bharat. Okay. Bharat has also got it right. Great. All right. Next question. What is the name of the popular video conference platform that rose to prominence during the COVID-19 pandemic? Okay. This is something that all the students or anyone who has been working during the COVID time will know this. Very simple. The answer is like everyone knows this. So I want to know what is the answer. Who answers this first? Popular video conferencing platform. And I see there are a lot of answers coming in. Let's see what is the. Okay, Bharat has got it. Zoom. Great. All right, we have answers coming in. Zoom. You have got it correct. That's the right answer. Next question. What is the name of the technology that allows users to make payments using their mobile devices? Again, this is something that again we have seen, like we have started doing online transactions a lot. Like we don't carry cash nowadays at all. So what is that name of the technology? Okay. We have Khandeshi saying 5G. No, GPay. Okay. What is that technology called? Payment. What is the name of the technology that allows users to make payments using their mobile devices? We all make payments nowadays. So what is that technology called? Okay, UPI, great. Ahidul has got it. He has said UPI. So yeah, that is the correct answer. While UPI is where we make all the transactions nowadays. So yeah, that's the right answer. I see a lot of you writing the answer. Great. Next question. What is the name of the messaging app that uses end-to-end encryption to keep messages secure? Simple, but there are a lot of messaging apps. Let me know which one do you think is the right answer. Because nowadays, a lot of messaging apps have this end-to-end encryption as a feature. Which one do you think is the right answer? Or are there a lot of right answers? Okay, WhatsApp, Praveen has got it, WhatsApp. Is there any other messaging app that comes to your mind when you use end-to-end encryption? WhatsApp, Bharat says WhatsApp. Mohit, Prabhu, okay. Signal, okay, we have one more Signal, WhatsApp, Google Chat. Okay, great. So these are all correct answers. We have a lot of apps which use this end-to-end encryption and you have got it correct. Now, moving on to the last question. Next question. What is the name of the popular open source operating system that is based on the Linux kernel? This is slightly twisted question, but answer is like very simple. You all know the answer, but let's see if you get it or not. The answer is very simple, but the question has been written in slightly like twisted way so that you have to think. Popular open source operating system. What do you think is the answer? I will wait for few seconds. If you are not able to get it, I'll give you a small clue. Ubuntu, no. Windows, no. What is the name of the popular open source operating system that is based on Linux kernel? Mac, no. Very simple. It is something that you always use. And I'll give you a clue. It is something that you use daily. You can put in your pocket also. You have it all around with you. What is that operating system? What does that device, what operating system does it use? Okay, Revolved Voyage has got it. Android. Yes, that is the correct answer. It is Android. I knew that the question is slightly twisted, but it's something that we all know. So those were 10 questions. I just wanted to have a quick fun session with you to see, interact with you and see like how quickly you can think. And again, before we continue with the serious part of teaching and learning Python, again, everyone who is watching, if you haven't clicked on that like button, please do click on the like button and share this video still. If you haven't shared it with someone who like wants to learn Python, share it with them. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe, because day 2 we are going to learn more. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And that will be it from my side. I'll be again handing it over to Uttam so that he can continue the teaching, and I hope that you all are enjoying the session. So over to you, Uttam.
Thank you, Rishabh. Thank you. I hope, guys, you have enjoyed. And yes, we have learned multiple things on the questions. Like I have saw like multiple people give the correct answers. And yes, we did that. Okay. Okay. Now moving to the now we'll talk about something. Till now we talked about let's just go there. Yeah. So we talked about Python installation, introduction to the Visual Studio. We talked about data types in Python. We talked about conversion of a data type. Yeah, how we can convert one data type to the another data type using a type keyword. We have seen that thing. Okay. Now we'll talk about the conditional statement. Okay, that is very easy. Yeah, that's very easy. This is something regarding conditional statement you have to use in your daily uses. Yeah, on the day-to-day life, you use that apart. Okay. Now come to that part. This is something. Okay. Now we talk about conditional statement. Now, if I ask you something regarding conditional statement, what it is actually, what the meaning for condition over here. Yeah, the mean for condition is nothing but where you have some conditions to satisfy. Okay, where you have some conditions to be true. Okay, based on some conditions. Like I'll just give you one example. Okay, when you are in your 10 12 standard, when you are in your board days, 10th standard, 12th standard, you used to say your father, okay, if I got 80% of a marks, if I got 90% of a marks, you are using already if. Okay, remember, if I got 90% of a marks, or if I got above 90% of a marks, at that time, you will be purchase a bike to me. Isn't it? You used to say that. Okay, isn't it? Or if not means else. If you got greater than 90% of a marks, father will give you the bike. Else, he will give you the bicycle. Yeah, this is something a conditional statement. Okay, called that's called a conditional statement. People used to say the if else statement. If you come into that, when we talk about all these things in depth for sure, we'll be able to understand these things in a more later on, in a deeper way. So conditional statements are nothing but, I have given you one example in this. If if when you're 10th 12th standard, if you got a mark greater than 90%, you'll get the bike. Otherwise, you'll get the bicycle. Simple like this. So if else conditions. So conditional statements in Python is nothing but if else condition. Yeah, if else or elif. We'll see that. This is the image, the graph of a if else condition, how it looks like on a graph. If I show it to you, into that. So first of all, let's read that. So conditional statements are used to execute a block based on a some condition. Block based means what? This is some of a block over here. I'll show it to you how. See that. See, if a value of x is equal to 10 or a y value of is equal to 10, a condition, see your condition is here. Here is your condition. If you got greater than 90% of a marks, if you got greater than, this is a sign for greater than, okay? If you got a marks greater than 90%, then if it is true, That means if you got greater than 90%, your father will give you the bike. Yeah. If this condition gets false, that means you did not score greater than 90%, your father will give you the cycle. Isn't it? This is something. This is something. And if you have more on the conditions, you can go till down like this. More till down, more till like this. So this is something, an idea of a conditional statement. Nothing but, let me just tell you once again. So conditional statements are nothing but you have some conditions based on some condition, based on any condition. If a condition gets true, this will be happen, or whatever you want, that will be happen. If condition that is not true, that something will happen, like a bicycle. Now come to that, you know, code part. Hope you can see this. See, this is the syntax for if else condition. But let me just tell you one more thing within that. Not even if else condition. In Python, we have to be take care about one more thing. We have to be take care about one more thing in Python. That is the syntaxes. Okay. Python is a programming language, we know that, but in Python, when you start learning a Python, when you start writing a code on Python, we have to be aware about one more thing, that is a syntax. Okay, if you do not mention syntax in a proper way, it will give you an error. Okay, that's something we have to do. Okay, so understand like a way. So if we are writing a code, if you are writing a if else condition, or I can say condition statement, I can say conditional statement, I can say if else condition, anything I can say. Okay, so this is a syntax we have to remember. If condition one, what will be the condition over here? Tell me, what will be the condition over here? It will be if you got a marks greater than 90, then statement will be what? Statement will be what? Your bike. Statement will be bike. Yeah, this will be your condition. Elif will be used if you want to check more than one condition. Yeah, I'll show you one more thing. If this elif condition will not be there now, then it will be two conditions you can check always. If this condition gets true, your father will give you the bike. Otherwise, your father will give you the bicycle. This one. Other your father will give you the bicycle. Isn't it? These are the two conditions only. This is the first condition. This is the second condition. If this gets true, then your father will give you the bike. Otherwise, your father will give you the cycle. There are two conditions only. But if you want to check more than two conditions, at that time we have to use the elif part. We have to use the elif part. So elif is the keyword which comes under into the if else condition. See, if with an else, we have in between elif keyword. Elif keyword will check, and it will come if you want to check more than more than two condition, then you can use the elif keyword like this. We'll see that some practical implementation. And one more thing, that column you have to mention everywhere, always. Okay. And once you make this column, after that there is a one tab space. See, this is a space, this is the space, this is something has to be there. One tab space is equal to four normal spaces. See, four normal spaces. Rather than you can use four normal spaces, or you can take a one tab space. Okay, this is something you have to be aware of. Remember always when you start writing a condition statement. Okay, now, this is an example of a code, but we'll not see this code. We'll try to write a code at our side. Okay. Now, moving to the practical part. Now, hope you can see this. Now, I'm just writing over here. Come on. Okay. I'm just writing over here conditional statement. Yeah, these are conditional statement. Now we talked about already what is the meaning of conditional statement. We have some conditions. Okay. Now come here. Understand one thing first of all. Conditional statements are nothing but if I have a condition, if that condition gets satisfied or true, that time do something. Otherwise, go to the else part. This is something same thing. Okay. Now come to that. The syntax is, we have seen that if, so you cannot write capital II, not like this. Yeah, not like this. Always the syntax in Python, you have to be write in that proper way. That is, Python is a case sensitive also. You cannot change the value or keyword like this. Just use if keyword. Before if, I'm just writing something, okay, for you. A is equal to, I have a value 10. Okay. A is equal to, I have a value 10. Now, see that carefully, okay. If I'm writing if the value of A is greater than, greater than 5, then this is the column we have to remember always, okay. The column, and then make an enter. See, once you click on enter, it will automatically put your cursor over here. One tab space come here always automatically. You don't need to put that from your side. Okay. See. If I'll put the column, make an enter, it will automatically come to the one tab space. Isn't it? So once this condition gets true, I want to print yes, it is greater. It is greater than, like that. Okay. And if this condition gets false, then it will come to the else part automatically. Else uh, less than value. You can use anything. You can write anything in this. Just tell me from your side. Is this condition gets true or false? This condition is a true or false? Yeah, the value of A is my variable who contains a value 10. Okay, and I am checking here A is greater than 5, and greater than means I'm checking. That means 10 is greater than 5. Yes, that means this condition gets true because 10 is greater than 5. Then, okay, then this should be print. Yes, it is greater than. If I run this, yes, it is printing me yet. Yes, it is greater than. That means if this condition gets true, if this condition gets true, this will print this thing to me. This code will not be executed. This line, this else part will not run. Yeah. If this condition gets true, this line will be run. This line will not be run. Okay. But in case, and not in case, what if this condition gets false? Now this condition gets true, isn't it? Then it is printing me this thing. And this line else part is not printing. But what if I'll copy this and paste it here to the next line. Come again. Okay. See, if this condition gets false, tell me, this condition gets false. Is a 10 less than 5? I just change the syntax, this symbol. If this condition gets true, this will happen. If this condition gets false, this will happen. Now tell me, this condition will be true or false? Yeah, this condition will be false, isn't it? Less than a value, because this condition gets false. Now, else part will be run, this condition will not be run, or this line will not be run. Why? Because this condition gets false. So understand in a way, if this line, or condition, if this condition gets true, this line will be printed. Otherwise, this else part will be printed. Now come to that apart. So I'm just telling you one more thing in this way. So whenever we want to write something in Python, write means if I want to, see the output. If I want to see the output in Python, I have to use the print keyword. Always print keyword. So print is the keyword in Python which helps us to print something. Okay. One more thing other than this, within Python, if we are working on a string thing, string thing means string value. Like I have written down EdYoda, something. So I am using these codes. Remember these codes I am using. Okay. These codes I am using. Let me just tell you one thing above, and then it will be easy for you to interpret. So come down. We talked about this thing. String, we used to say in alphabet also. That means Uttam, phone, it can be anything. Yeah, the syntax for it is I can use a single quote. Yeah, this single quote, comma. this single quote, comma, or you can use double quote. Both are same. Okay, both are same. You can use this. You can use this. That means whatever you will write inside this quotes, whatever you will write within the double quotes or within the single quote, it will be considered always a string value. Again, once more. Whatever you will write inside these quotes, it will be considered, or Python will consider always this is a string value. Okay, string value means alphabetic value. That means, sir, if I want to write 10 within these quotes, it will be considered string value or integer value. Let's check now. We know that there's a type function. There's a type function. Now check it. Check it. What will happen? It will consider this as a string. Yeah. That means whatever any another data type, if you are writing within this quote, single quote or double quote, it will be considered that is a string. Okay, we got this thing. Okay, so if you write only 10 now like this, come on, if you want to write only 10, you don't need to mention anything. Python will understand automatically, okay, this is a string value, this is an integer value. Okay, if you write something 10.6, Python will automatically understand, okay, this is a float value. Okay, if you're writing something true, Python will automatically understand, okay, this is the Boolean value. You don't need to mention. But in terms of string, you have to mention these quotes. Yeah, single quote or double quote. Remember, okay? I hope this gets clear, everybody. Now, come down. Now we see that if I want to print something or if I want to write something with the string value, I have to use this single quote or double quote, anything. Other than this, if I write like this, if I write simple like this, Uttam is my name. If I write simple like this, see, it will not, see, it will give you an error. Can you see this? This is something red line. That means Python is not understanding what actually I have written over here. That is why we have to use the single quote or double quote, anything. Now, Python will understand, okay, whatever you will write inside this, that will be considered as a string, like that way. I hope this gets clear. Now, another thing we were talking about regarding a print keyword. Print is the keyword or inbuilt keyword. Inbuilt means what? Someone has built it already for me. Okay. This is something I haven't built it. That called a inbuilt, already built in. Okay. So print is the inbuilt keyword in Python which helps you to print something. Okay. Now, if I want to write something in this like EdYoda, at a university. If I write something like this, if I click and enter, see control enter, it is printing okay at Yoda University. So print is the keyword. Okay. That is why I'm using a print keyword here within the if else condition. Within the if else condition. See, if the value of a is less than 5 and the value of a is I have 10, that means this condition will be false then. False then. And remember one thing, we learned before, Python is an interpreted language. Interpreted language means what? I'll show it to you. Interpreted language means what? Python will run line by line, line by line. That means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of a program. See, these are 5 lines of a program I have. And I know Python is a interpreted language. Means line by line it will work. That means this line will run first. Okay, that's fine. I know that this will run. Okay. Then this line will run. And if this condition gets true or false, then based on this condition, my interpreter means which will decide I have to go to the next line or which exactly the line I have to go. That's called an interpreter. Okay. So this condition, based on this condition, my interpreter will be decided. Okay, if this condition gets true, that interpreter will come into that line and it will not go these lines. That means this line will not be print. Why? Because this condition gets true. Yeah. If this condition gets false, my interpreter directly come to the else part. This line will run and this line will, and it will print less than a value. That is how if else condition works. Now let's just take another example. Come here, come here. Now I'm checking like x is equal to, I have a value 90. Okay, I have a value 90. Now come down, come down. I'm checking another condition. If the value of x is less than 90, less than 100, sorry, less than 100. I want to print at that time, I want to print not even 90. I'm just putting a condition. Okay, now I will pass the multiple condition, guys. Okay, see that I'm just writing again. X is equal to, I'm writing 90 because my father promised me if I get a value, get a marks more than 90, he'll purchase me a bike. That condition I'm going to pass over here. Okay, I will write if the value of x is greater than 90, then I will print, okay, my father will give me a bike, will give me a bullet, something. It will give me a bullet. Okay. Now I know that if else condition we have seen, isn't it? But okay, let's just do only if else condition only. Okay, else my father will purchase me a, oh sorry, print keyword. Else my father will give me a, father will give me a cycle. Yeah, cycle. Now tell me, the value of x is 90. Sorry, it should be 100. No, it should be 100. If the value of x, that means 90, is greater than 100, is greater than 100, is greater than or less than 100, anything it can be, guys, anything. If you got a value, greater than 100, any more condition, this will be run, otherwise this will be run. Now let's just align this same condition based on the real world. How? Come here. The same thing I'll do over here. Okay, I'm writing my father promised me, sorry, not this, my father promised me if the value of x, yeah, that means if I get the value greater than 90, yeah, the value of x is, sorry, greater than 100, and greater than 100, yeah, then father will give me a bike. I'm just writing only bike. Now I want to check another condition. If else will run or will pass only two condition, if and else. But I want to pass more than two conditions. Like I will use elif part. I'll use elif. Okay, what elif does? Elif check the another condition. And my father told me another condition also. If I got a value, less than, sorry, not less than 70, less than 70. Then my father told me he will purchase me a game. Yeah, he'll purchase me a video game, something. Okay, another more condition my father promised me. Alif, I can pass n number of condition based on my father condition, based on my father said. Okay, if the value I got less than or greater than whatever will be the condition, if I got more than 60%, now my father told me he'll purchase me a clothes like this. Else my father told me, else my father told me, else my father told me, yeah, he will beat me. Yeah, he will beat me. Definitely. Yeah, he'll beat me. So these are the type of conditions you can pass. It depends what type of condition you have. Based on the condition, you can pass these such of things. Okay, everybody? I hope this gets clear. If this condition gets true, this line will run. That means rest are the lines will not be executed. Okay. The meaning for if else condition. If this line runs successfully, that means if this condition gets true, then bike. My father will purchase me a bike. These condition will not be run. If this condition gets false, then it will check this condition. It will check this condition. If this condition gets true again, then this will happen. If not, then it will check this condition. If this condition gets true, this line will run, these two lines and this line will not be run. Okay. If three of the condition gets false, at last this line will run. At last, definitely my father will beat me. Yeah, definitely my father will beat me. This is something if else condition works. I hope this gets it clear. Now, if we move ahead on this, rest other things. So this is something if else condition, conditional statements, multiple things we have talked about today. I hope this gets clear. Now, come to that part. Okay. So this is something regarding if else condition. I hope this gets clear. Understanding. So we got an idea how if else condition work, how if else condition, how you can pass multiple condition like more than 2, 3, 5, 10, 100, any type of conditions you can pass over here. Okay. Now, if I move to the next one, that is a loops. I'll give you some idea on the loops. Okay. So what exactly the loops are? Okay. So the meaning for loops is very interesting. Okay. The loops are nothing but the name already suggesting the loop where we have loop. Loop means, to run something again and again. The meaning of a loop, generic, generic way I'm asking, not into Python. What exactly the meaning of a loops are in Python? That is to run something again and again, to run something again and again. Yeah, a loop, something goes again and again. That's meaning of a loop, simple. In Python, that is the same thing we'll do that. Okay. So that is the same thing we have in Python regarding the loops. So what actually the loops are, now we'll see that. So loops allows us to execute the statement block for multiple times. Multiple times means run it again and again. Run something again and again. Very simple. Yeah. The meaning for loops are nothing but to run something again and again, again and again, again and again. Simple. Okay. This is the meaning for loop. It is already suggesting now there are two types of loops we have. Okay. For loop and then while loop. For loop and then while loop. What does it mean? What actually, how it works? We'll see that. But now we'll see that only for loop right away. Okay. Now let's talk about a one for loop. Okay. Now, if I come to that apart, and I believe there's something. Okay, not here. Okay, come to that part. Now we have seen that is a for loop and while loop. Two types of conditions we have, or two types of loops we have. Now we'll talk about for loop. So the meaning for loop, I have said to you already. The meaning for loop is nothing but to run something again and again. To run something again and again based on the condition. Now come to that apart. So I'm just writing over here. For normally you can remember, run something again and again. That is the meaning for loop in general. Okay. In general. Okay. Now, first of all, we have to remember one thing, and we know that already. In Python, we have to take care about the conditions or the syntaxes. Syntax is very much important. We know that. How syntaxes are important, like this, as I mentioned, like this. See, one colon should be there. This white space should be there. This is called a white space. This type of tab space should be there. That's called an indentation. Okay. And syntax. So this is something we have to be aware about. Now, if we talk about the for loop, it is very interesting. Okay. Now, the syntax of a for loop is nothing but simple like this. For, we have to write the for only. For, for simple. For, I can write anything in this. I can write anything in that way. Like I'm writing something for, like it can be anything. Condition, I'm just writing condition. Sorry, value in should be there and some condition or the range. I'm just writing values. This is the column we have to pass always, and then go to the next line. And here you have to print something or execute, or I can say output. This is something regarding the loops, the syntax of a for loop. Now, one more thing I just want to tell you other than this. This is something regarding a for loop. Now we'll do that. One more thing I just tell you about the comment. I just miss that a part in between, comment. Okay, what I'm doing over here, yeah, the hash symbol I'm writing, yeah. And what is the meaning for green something? We are using the green thing, na? This is, if I'm using this uh, hash symbol, that means this is my comment. That used to say the comment. The meaning on the benefit of comments are nothing but this line will not be executed. Okay, that is why we used to write the comment in between. Okay, that is why we are doing. So don't think like a way. Okay, what actually it is the hash symbol. Okay, now let's do a for loop. Let's try to understand a for loop. Now I am writing something. Okay, I'm writing for, as I mentioned, a value. I can pass anything. The meaning for value, I can write anything in this. Yeah, for I in, I am writing I, you can write anything. I, J, K, A, B, C, D, anything you can write. That is a temporary. For I in, if I'll write Uttam with the colon, we know that we have to put the colon, the values. And go to the next line. I want to print I want to print I. If I run this in this manner, can you see that it is printing me the value UTTAM in this manner? But how it is printing in this manner? I'll show it to you. See that. So the meaning for a loop is nothing but whatever a value you will pass here, na, whatever value you will pass over here, it will pick the value one by one. See, it will pick the value first, Uttam. Yeah. And okay, that means the value of I will be capital U and it will go to the next line and it will print I. Okay, that is why it is printing U. Okay. Then it will go up again. This is the meaning for loop. Remember? Loop. It will go up, go down, go up, go down, go up, go down. That is the again and again process will be execute, will be happen. Okay. Now the another value. Once my for loop will go up, so the value it will pick the new value. It will be T. Second T it will be picked. The value of I will be what? It will be T. And it will go again to the next line. That means, and it will print I. It will print T. That means the value of I will be T. Yeah. And it will go up again because this is the process will run again and again, again and again, again and again. Yeah. Now the value of again, it will pick third T. Yeah. The third value. The value of I will be again T and it will go down. It will go down and it will print I. The value of I will be T. Yeah. The same process. Fourth time it will go. It will pick A. It will pick A. The value of I will be A and it will come down. Print I, that will print I. Sorry, that will print A. Go up again, fifth time, pick M, go down, and the value of I will be M now, and it will print I. So the idea over here is when we talk about the loops, now loops, when we talk about loops, whatever you will pass here, it will pick the value one by one. As simple as that. One by one, it is pick the value. One by one, it will pick the value. One by one, it will pick the value, and the value of I will be changed again and again, again and again, again and again. And tell me how many times it will run. This up and down, this goes up, this goes down, this goes up, this goes down. How many times it will run? The values, how many times you have. You have values here, 5. See, U, T, T, A, M, 5 characters you have. So your for loop will run 5 times. Your for loop will run 5 times, isn't it? So this is something for loop works over here. Yeah, one by one, it will work in this manner. Okay, everybody. Now, this is a same overview of a loop. Now we'll see these things more. Okay. Now come to that part. Now you will tell me from your side. If I'll go to now, if I'll write again for X in, I can write anything rather than X, rather than Y, A, B, C, D, anything. So this will be called my temporary variable. Okay. Now for X in, I am writing something here. EdYoda University. EdYoda University. The colon I have to mention. Go to the next line, and I want to print X. I want to print X. Okay. Now tell me, if I ask you what will happen, what output it will give me? Tell me how it will give me. It will give me the value one by one, and how many times it will run. How many times my for loop will run over here. EDYOD is the length of the character I am passing over here. Yeah, my for loop will run the characters I have over here at Yoda University. See, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters I have, and over here 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 16, and this space also will be considered. That means 17 characters we have. 17 times my this for loop will be executed. This for loop will run 17 times. Yeah, if I run this, yeah, it is giving me an output. Yeah, it is giving me an output. See, one by one. And why it is giving me the value like this? Why it is giving me the value like this? Yeah, why it is giving me the like this? Why it is coming to the next line again and again? Like after E, it is giving me D over here, Y over here, O over here. Why? Why it is going to the next line? That is the feature. That is the feature of a for loop. Okay. And that is the feature of for loop. And another thing is there any another way? Is there any another topic? Is there any another method in Python? Is there any another method or topic or any another parameter over here which can help us to do not go to the next line? Is there any other way? Yes, there are many ways. There are many ways, and that is very easy. Yeah, we'll see that for sure. But do let me know. Have we understood this thing? Let me just tell you one more thing, that thing. So see how for loop will run, how for loop usually works. See that for loop is nothing but it will pick the value one by one. It will pick the value one by one. Whatever you will pass here now, whatever, it will pick the value one by one. As simple as that. Nothing more than that. You don't need to remember anything. Just remember this thing, the syntax of a for loop, and then whatever you will pass over here, it will pick the value one by one, pick the value one by one, pick the value one by one. How many times? Till its last value. That means 17 times. Yeah. So how it is 17 times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that 17 times. And this space will be counted also. Yeah, like that way. So this is how for loop will work. Okay. This is how for loop will work. And for loop, another way of used to people say the for loop is nothing but that is a finite loop. How many times this for loop will run? 17 times. 17 times. But my requirement is to run my for loop n number of times, like infinite times. That's my imaginary. Yeah, that's my imagination. I want to run my for loop infinite times. I want to run that. Yeah. Is it possible? Yes, that is possible. That is possible. We'll see that. We'll see that thing also. But that thing we'll talk about tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we have a second day also. And that thing tomorrow we'll talk about in a brief manner. Yeah. In a very good manner, we'll talk about that thing tomorrow. But that thing you will be able to understand if you're able to understand this thing. How many times this will run? That's called, I'm just writing over here also. I'm just writing over here. That is called the finite loop. Finite loop. Finite means what? A specific number of times it will run. 2 times, 10 times, 30, 100, 1000. There is some number my for loop will run. That's the meaning for finite loop. Okay. Loop means what? Let me just tell you one thing. Loop means what? It will go down, go up. Go down, go up. Yeah. Go down, go up means this line will run and it will come to the next line. Then it will go up. This line will run. It will come down. This line will run. The meaning for loop. The meaning for loop. Go up, go down. Go up, go down. How many times? The value you have over here. That means 17 times. Yeah. That's called a finite loop. Yeah. That is how for loop works, and it's very easy to understand. And as I mentioned, why it is giving to the next line, why it is going to the now second line. I want to print EDYO in a one single like this, I want to print in a horizontal way. Is it possible? Yes, that is possible also. We'll see that thing. And Another thing we'll see that, can we write a for loop infinite times? If I tell you one more example for the for loop. Yeah, I'll tell you one example for a for loop. What it is, you have a WhatsApp, or not even WhatsApp, sorry, you have Instagram, you have, Facebook, you have LinkedIn, multiple social accounts we have. Then tell me, if you forgot a password, yeah, not even forgot, when you log in your net banking anywhere, when you log in somewhere, how many times it will allow you to give the right password? How many times? Two times, three times, yeah, moreover four times. Yeah, it will not allow you to write the password again and again, again and again, again and again, isn't it? Then tell me, if you mistaken put the incorrect password first time, what will happen? It will go to the first page, and it will tell you, please write the correct password. If you do this again incorrect, it will go to the next first page again, and it will tell you again, please write the correct password. Yeah, three times will be happen. If you miss three things, like three times, if you did not pass the value, it will block you. It will block your account for 1 day, 2 day. Yeah, that means it will not allow you to pass the value. But your requirement is, you are going to build a website. Yeah, you are going to build a new Facebook, new WhatsApp. That feature you want to provide your customer. Okay, your account will not be blocked. You can pass n number of password. If you forgot your password, no worries. Just you can pass 100 times, 10,000 times. You can check your password. Anything. Is it possible to do that? Yes, it is possible using a for loop. Yeah, you know that, as I mentioned, a website you have mentioning an incorrect password, it will shift it to the previous page. Please write the correct password. In this way it works. Yeah, that is behind it. Behind it, loop is working. Yeah, loop is working. That's called a finite loop. But if you want to run something with infinite times, that thing we'll talk about tomorrow for sure. And then we'll talk about more into the for loop. Yeah, I believe that's clear, everybody. I hope we don't have any more doubts on this. If we have a doubt, now we can discuss that thing also. So rest are the things. We'll see that tomorrow. So we talked about for loop. Let's just summarize quickly what we have covered today. Let's come there. Come Summarizing quickly. So, come here. So, we talked about what is Python. We talked about what is Python. We know that. Now we all know that what is Python. Why do we need this? Yeah. Why Python is so much popular? What are the IDEs we have in Python? We know that everything. Okay. Now, how you can install Python into your system? Because it is very simple. It is open source, easy to use, easy in English, simple. That is why we are using a Python. Okay. Learning a Python. Okay. How to install a Python? Go to the Google. We have seen that. Introduction to Visual Studio. We have seen that. How to download. How you can create a file, save a file, and write a code over there, like we did into a Google File. Same code you can run over there. What are the data types we have? We have seen that thing also. Data types are nothing but the different types of my data, like integer, string, float, and many more. We have seen that. Like we have talked about in the 10 standard, the data types, like x is equal to 10, y is equal to 20 in this manner. Conversion of my data, how you can convert one type of a data into another type. We have seen that thing also. After that, we talked about conditional statement. What is conditional statement? Which we have some conditions. Yeah. If a one particular condition is get satisfied or true, then do something. Yeah. Like if you got a marks greater than 90%, your father will give you a bike, or any other condition you can put within this if else condition based on your requirement. Okay. Other than this, we talked about loops, basics of a loops. There are two types of loops we have, for loop and while loop. For loop is nothing but simple. It is a finite loop. How it will pick the value? One by one, it will pick a value. One by one, it will pick a value. One by one, it will pick a value. And the value of I, whatever you will pass, it will change again and again. How many times it will run? The value you will pass within that for loop for I in something. This is how for loop will run again and again. That's the meaning for loop actually. It will go up, go down, go up, go down. This is how loops works. Rest other things will be interesting tomorrow. Regarding tomorrow, we'll talk about. Tomorrow we'll see that how you can run your loop infinite times. You want to see your application will run it will not stop. You made a one application like a WhatsApp. Okay, you made your own WhatsApp and you don't want to stop it. It should be run automatically. Automatically means 24/7 hours. It should be run. How it will run at the background? Yeah, because if you run the same thing for loop with that application, it will run only finite times, 10 days, 20 days. But you want to run your that app. You build an app like WhatsApp with the 24/7. So we'll see that thing tomorrow. That will be very interesting that tomorrow also. And this is it for today's one, I believe, guys. I hope there is no such doubts. Anything else, guys? Do we have? Yes, Rishabh? And I believe this is something we talked about for today's one. If anything you can tell them.
Yeah, hi Uttam. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah.
Great. So for all our viewers, so we are coming to the end of the live for today. I hope that you understood everything that Uttam sir taught, and any questions that you have, as I already told you, we will have a dedicated Q&A session, but that'll be tomorrow. So all your questions, whatever you have, I told you that note it down. We'll answer all your questions one by one. So stay tuned. And for today, we have come to the end of day 1. So I hope that you learned all the concepts and understood it properly. And any questions, again, note it down. And I would also suggest that before you actually come to tomorrow's live session, watch this video once again if you want a little bit more clarity, so that maybe first time if you found something difficult, if you watch it once again, you'll get a better clarity of what was taught. All right. And once again, for all the viewers here, if you haven't clicked on that like button, please do click. We are very close to that mark of 97 it is stuck at. Let's reach that 100 mark. So all the viewers, let's click on the like button and hope you found the video useful. Like, and we'll again meet you again tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. Again, it'll be on this channel itself. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe, because you'll receive the notification via this channel only. Also, we have a dedicated Telegram channel where we will share this link for the tomorrow's live stream. So if you haven't joined that, in the description, you will find the Telegram channel link too. So yeah, I won't waste much of your time now. You already 2 hours you have studied. I know there was a lot of information and I hope that you understood it properly. So yes, that will be it. We'll meet again tomorrow, 6 p.m. on the same channel. And yes, thank you all once again and see you tomorrow. Bye bye everyone.